The center here in Kibaale began approximately 14 years ago. Initially, back in the early 80s, there was the first outbreak of AIDS in the world happened here in Kibaale, in southern Uganda. And out of that, there were a lot of children that were orphaned. And so a number of organizations actually worked together at that time, and over time, Pacific Academy in Vancouver, Canada, began a school in this area for the orphans and a lot of the children who had just one parent. And that's how the work initially began. One of the primary goals was to provide a sound education for the children. As many of these children would just be working in the fields, working for relatives even, and a very difficult life with no future of advancement. And so what happened was, the vision was to place a school here for the neediest children. There's a number of facets which actually grew out of the school. One was the need for a clinic, because a lot of the children would come to the center with perhaps with minor burns from at home or different diseases and sicknesses. And because there was no good medical clinic in the area, a clinic arose from the center here. And so we had a nurse come from England who worked with the center for a number of years to establish it. And the clinic now services the greater area here, not just the children, but also the community. And it's being recognized as one of the best clinics in the area. Apart from the clinic, we also have community loans program and development program where we encourage community groups, for example, perhaps women's groups in the area, to start small businesses, and in that way that helps the local economy. It helps them to provide for their children and their family as well.
We have here mostly the orphans and needy students, and the age ranges from 4 to about 18 years. And we have nursery, pre-primary school program. We have the primary program, which is from P1 to P7. And in the primary program, we have the special needs unit, which is inclusive in the primary. And then we have the secondary program, which is from S1 to S4. And then we have the vocational program, which gives skills to some of these who fail to go to other, for second or out, continue the education in the primary because of lack of fees by the parents. So we collect them from the community and give them skills to go and help the community, like tailoring, building, and carpentry.
So in all, about how many students and staff do you have in the school?
In nursery we have about 120 students. In primary we have about 390 students. In special unit we have about 12 students. And the tailoring section we have about 12 students. In the carpentry and building section we have about 40 students. And in the secondary we have about 170 students.
So in total you have...
About 700 students.
Okay. And how many teachers are working in the school?
Yeah, we have about, in nursery and nursery section we have about 8 teachers, including the helpers. In primary we have about 18 teachers. In secondary we have about 10 teachers. In vocational we have 3 teachers. So when we compare this school to other schools, we really see that there is very big difference because of the sponsorship program that we have here. And also if you look at the staff members, the teachers in such schools, the government pays them effectively, but there is no follow-up because the government does not have enough money to make follow-ups on what the teachers are doing on the ground. So there is a lot of relaxation and there is a lot of freedom for teachers to do whatever they want. They don't really carry out the curriculum as is expected. So the students in such schools are really suffering and missing a lot. And we also have within the school a self-help project. Like in some cases the student may be having a problem at home, so we designed the outreach program, outreach class, so that we can go and help such a child and construct for him or her a house at home. And also within the school here, we also have what we call health programs, whereby the teachers help the students to identify some of the health difficulties in their lives, and they help each other out of that. And at times also within the school, what the teachers do is there are some students who are very needy, who may be very bad off at home, they cannot afford where to sleep, they cannot afford some essential things to use in their lives. So at times teachers get their own money and help the students from the school here. And also there is guiding and counseling that is given to the students. So it's a service that has helped very many to understand themselves. So, and we also have meals that the school is providing them with lunch, good lunch, and we also have bread porridge for nursery and kindergarten classes. So our students have felt happy and healthy at school, and they've always liked being at school because it's a good environment for them.
Yeah, I came to Kibaale when I was young, and by then I think I was 11 years old, because my family was needed, and then I was registered here to be sponsored by World Vision. Then that's how I completed my O-level and then joined some other schools. I came to work in the clinic. As you know, now I'm the clinic manager. There is a problem of malaria, which is endemic, and it has been in the community for some time. It's constant, it doesn't go quickly. have to apply antimalarials there and then. Then we have the problem of diarrheal diseases originating from dirty water that people drink unboiled. Then there is also a problem of skin problem, the skin infection, like the scabies because of the hygiene of the people around. Then still, there are some other problems like, sexual transmitted diseases. People get when they have unsafe sex with the infected person. For example, AIDS, gonorrhea. So those are very common conditions, especially in adults. But in children, normally we have conditions like malaria associated with bad symptoms like convulsion. A child convulses and goes into fits and collapses, which later complicates to become epilepsy. So I know of Sylvia Namirembe when the year was 2000, when this girl developed leprosy. You know how bad the leprosy is. Once you get it, you know you're going. But we fought that. We took Sylvia to the specialists. We paid a lot of money for Sylvia, but Sylvia is surviving and is an old girl today. Is now the leprosy has gone.
We have total deaf, we have mentally retarded, we have cerebral palsy, and we have visually impaired.
What would these children be doing if they were not in school?
Life will be very hard for them because the society will always look unto them as people to exploit. For example, they will be working casual jobs or as laborers where they won't even be paid sometimes. Often they are even forced to do things that they don't want themselves, but because everybody think that they can be exploited, nobody cares. So if they are left like that, that would be a very unfortunate thing for them. Emma, the second boy, who is 16, he wants to be a constructor. He wants to build houses. And since last year, he has been telling me he wants to do that. We've been visiting men working on our sites around the school, and he was amazed. They constructed a huge tank in front of our class, and one day he called me. I came, he was outside on the door. He called me, I said, "Teacher," I said, "Yes, please." He said, "Do you see those men constructing that big thing?" I said, "Yes." And he asked me, "What is that?" I said, "That one is going to be a water tank, something huge that will hold lots of water that will help us around." He said, "Well, one day I want to be like those men, to be able to construct something that can help the community." So next year he will be going to vocation, beginning that course. Julius, we think we can take him right now. He's doing grade 4 level work, which is P4 here, but we think he can be able to finish up to P7 and maybe join a secondary school for the deaf. That's why we are trying to put in more effort on him on intellectual work. And this is called via we work together. When I'm working with the other group, he's concentrating with him. When I'm with him, we switch like that. And this one, I taught it to them. This is from John chapter 3 and verse 16. I taught it to them, they memorized it, and what you see on the chart here, they wrote it, and now they will be signing this verse as I read. For God so loved the world that he gave his one son. They are making drawmats and the finished one to look like this. We are teaching them all this. We are not teaching them intellectual work only, but we are giving them skills as well, because we believe many of them won't go very far with formal education. When they come out of school, then they can do things like this and be able to earn a living.
They have sugar canes, they have coffee, they have maize, they have beans, they have papayas, yeah, and they have mangoes and jackfruit and avocado. They also have avocados.
Hello Daniel, how are you? Is a photo from your family? Marion and the King's kids. Madine. Madeline. Amanya gani kusoma gani?
How many children live in this family?
We are 5.
Oh, you are 5. No, now what's wrong with you? How your parents living or they are dead?
No, they are living.
Both of them
Yeah.
died.
Yeah.
Oh, now who takes care of you here? Who is your guardian?
No one. I'm the one. My son is
you are also are you a student?
Yeah, I'm a student.
You are in which class?
Yes,
Hmm. How old are you?
I am 18 years.
Oh. And now how do you get food during that food shortage?
How we food, you have to go to look for food when you come. You went to your office and you explain your problem so that if you have, you may give us food.
You mean you get food from the sponsorship office sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes.
What about the essential commodities like salt, sugar, soap? How do you get those things?
Everyone can get looking when you went to fire the bush so that you collect firewood, then you take them and you share it firewood so that you get those in soap and
Oh, you get them out of selling firewood. You get money,
yeah,
and you get those things.
yeah.
This is the grave of Donald Park.